bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch, one.
Hello, my lady.
Hi.
Hi, Peaches. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, just want mom's attention. So precious.
Hi.
Dude, I can't tell you like how much we're already in love with this puppy. Like, did you feel like such an attachment to Peaches like from the day you got her? Yeah, it's scary. Oh. Is that so? Yeah.
Goodness, girl.
Apparently, it's a Peaches show today.
Your world. We're just living in it.
Yeah, absolutely. How's your day? What you guys do?
Freaking, oh man. I had hamstrings and glutes as well. And then I had my first posing session with Christina after.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm a little rough.
A little rusty.
A little rough. But no, it was good. It was really good.
Exciting. What did you train today? Oh, you
trained this morning.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah. Oh, Chelsea looks like she's here. Just pop her right on in.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
There she is.
Welcome, ma'am.
How
are
excited.
You?
I'm good.
You're good.
Can't complain.
Yeah, I'm certainly not, for sure, after that showing last weekend. You looked incredible.
Thank you. I'm honestly so glad to be out of prep. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in prep, but not in prep.
The pressure, so to speak, is kind of like, okay, I've done the shows that I needed to do, and now the focus is on the Olympia this year. And yeah I can't imagine that feeling for sure.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little break because I'm used to competing later in the season and trying to hold the conditioning until the Olympia. So it's nice to like not have to do that.
Yeah, for sure. So now I imagine you can probably speed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live a little.
Yeah.
It's not bright enough for my liking. Let's see. There we go. Oh, much better.
There we go. There she is. There she is. Love it. Well, if you would love to introduce yourself, Chelsea, for those that may not know who you are, just kind of your claim to fame, who you are in the bodybuilding world.
I didn't know we were filming already. Awesome. Okay.
So sorry. Yeah.
Hi.
This is so informal. Like we're so
very
informal.
That's okay.
We're so casual about this. So, but yeah, we're here. So go right ahead. You're on.
All right. Well, my name is Chelsea Dion. I am a female bodybuilder, just like Hunter. I just won the New York Pro this past weekend. And then 4 weeks ago, I won the Van Nuys Showdown, which was pretty awesome. So 2 back-to-back wins. I know some people aren't happy about that, but hey, I did my job. I we were supposed to compete, and I showed up. So
that's their problem. That's their problem.
Yeah, there's not enough of us as it is, and if I didn't show up at New York, there would have been 2 of them.
2 women.
And
yeah, exactly.
Steve was already pissed that there was only 3, so we probably will not be there next year, unfortunately.
Yeah. Do you think they'll play bodybuilding at a New York Pro?
Yeah, I'm about 100% sure. He was talking to Dom and Amanda, and he was furious.
That hurts. That sucks.
Yeah,
it does.
It really does. Yeah, unfortunately, and it's one of the most prestigious shows we could do. So why was there 3 of us? Like, come the fuck on.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think part of it too is just, I don't know how many or the lack of how many shows you guys have in a year. And like for some of these women, I'm sure it's like, it's strategic, it's trying to plan accordingly. And I'm sure like, hormones come into play too, and wanting to kind of make sure you're healthy to do a prep. And I don't know, it's like, it can be very tough when we're talking about like, obviously attendance to these shows for the divisions where there's not that many of you, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you can only
that picture of you and Matt is so good.
I know.
You guys are seriously
you two look so good together.
I feel like I make him look so small in that picture because I'm in front of him.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
So he's your coach now.
Yeah, he is my coach now.
Okay,
how do you like that?
It's been really good. He's been, watching and collecting data over the last 4 years. And he's also been, hey, maybe we should, do this. And because sometimes my coach was a little like late on things.
Yeah.
And so for him to now have the reins, it feels so much better. And he knows exactly what he's doing, and to be able to like trust him and know that he has my best intentions is awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he could be there, he can see me, he can feel the skin, it's a little different when everything's via pictures and video.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to give him 19 weeks to do some magic with me.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This looks so fun.
Awesome.
Oh my God, it was fun. But oh my God, my body was so shot at the end of that day.
I bet. How many steps did you get? I bet you got...
I think we hit Matt's watch said 20,000, but me and Amanda did cardio before that. So we were probably at 23,000.
At least.
Oh, really? So much.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
New York is dirty as fuck, though.
Really?
Yes.
So, just the smell of being in Jersey, I don't know.
Really?
Why. I don't know if it's people. I don't know if it's just. I mean, you can feel like in certain parts of Jersey, like it's just there's like trash. It was like straight up just like trash everywhere.
Just trash.
Yeah.
It's just you can.
We were in an area that was dirty like that.
Yeah.
It just makes me a little sad. I'm like, man, people do not care about the earth.
I know.
Right. I get that way too. I'm like, damn.
It makes me sad.
And then I want to clean it up, but it's like.
I know.
We can all do the little things. We can all do the little things to make it better or improve it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they said one don't work.
Welcome, ladies. Jazz and Jazz.
Hi, guys.
We're excited to see you, Jazz. We haven't seen you in a few weeks.
It's been a while since I've been able to make it.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. We're happy to have you back.
Yeah, I'm glad you could be here with mine.
Yeah, super fun. So New York was a really cool show to see in person. So I was there, Chelsea. Actually, your best friend and makeup artist. I was sitting right next to him when you were on Handles. He was so sweet. He was so hyped for you, and obviously don't know each other from left to right or whatever, but we're just in there holy shit, she looks so good. It's gonna be so awesome. We're so excited. So that was really sweet. And then I'm not sure if you knew them, of course, but there are a couple guys behind us too that were just yeah, Chelsea's she's insane. She looks incredible. people. So, I mean, it was a really great showing. And just like the lineup for, just everybody getting to watch figure in person. So, it was my first pro show that I've been to.
Oh wow, what a great show to go to then,
So cool, and just the energy, and I mean, obviously, like, going to like a national show or something, like you had a similar like hype and everything like that, but it's just such a different, I don't know, just such a different world at these pro shows. It feels like it's just,
especially one like that, like
yeah.
It was my first. I went to it in 2022 with Wings of Strength, and I was like, dude, this show is, everybody's here. Like the best competitors compete here. Like everybody who you need to be in front of is going to be here. So that was mainly the goal. It was to go do a show where I was going to get a lot of eyes on me and stuff like that. Whether I was going to qualify or not, it was the plan. So glad we still did it.
Yeah. So this was it sounds like this was like a bucket list sort of show of one, because obviously like you didn't technically have to do this show, obviously already getting your qualification at Van Isle. So
I didn't want to chance using New York as being the only option for me to qualify, because like I said, it's a prestigious show and normally really good competitors show up to it. And so I was like, let's do Van Isle just to be safe. So we went and did that, which was great. Like Canada was beautiful. The promoters for that show are super nice. They paid in cash, which was great. I mean, you can't complain about cash.
No.
I mean, the pay was only $1,500, which is kind of a bummer, but still. Hopefully next year they can, up the prize money a little bit. And Victoria was so pretty. Like the tulips were in bloom and it was just so pretty. I'm like, dude, is this place real? Like you can drink the tap water out of this faucet. Like it tastes so good. It was definitely not America.
Yeah. So those are definitely Canada is definitely a place that we've been wanting to go. Just like you're saying, like so beautiful, and just the places that you see online that, like you just said, like, is this even real life? Like this is on this planet,
Yeah.
It's incredible.
The weed was cheap, so you can't be mad about cheap weed either.
Heck yeah, no, you can't. So when we succeeded at nationals in December in Texas, and like that was like a big, what the fuck are we gonna do about my nightly joint session? Like I can't not, especially like leading up to the show. But I had a very good friend that snuck on some gummies for us and brought them down for us. So we had something, but that would probably sound stupid, but a reason why I would not live in Texas right now.
Texas and Florida are where we're looking at to move next, but until Texas can like change that law, we won't move there. Yeah. But the moment that we do pass it, we will move.
Yeah,
we'll move to Texas.
So where are you currently at?
We're in Vegas.
Okay, yeah, right.
Totally. As I sweat my ass off right now, like it's just so fucking hot here and miserable. Well, like the community out here is great. Like we have great people around us here, but like the heat is going to drive us out like sooner than later, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, it is 50 degrees. Yeah, right, Jasmine? Is it like 50 degrees where you are too?
Like 70s, but anything over that, I'm like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
My legs are sticking to my chair right now.
Yeah. Sweat, like that thin film of sweat that you get. Yeah, I can't stand that. Yeah, Michael's like he would rather be somewhere that is like all humid all the time. And I don't know, I feel like dry heat is one thing, but like humid heat where like the air is thick.
I prefer that though, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, versus the dry heat. Yeah.
Yes, because my hair and my skin, and I just feel
that is a plus. When you're humid, you're more moisturized.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Out here, my heels are cracked, my fucking knuckles are dry, like
sinuses are bleeding, and
yes, it's ghetto.
Sucks. Hell yeah. So you must train out of Dragon's Lair as well.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Like, not many gyms are gonna find, 3 female pro bodybuilders who are actually really good, like at the
Yeah.
same gym at the same time, which is kind of awesome. So it'll be
Yeah.
like me, Hunter, Christina, like, it is really cool. There's lots of motivation around, and we are all very like supportive of each other, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice
Well,
to
it's
have.
like, and it's also like hard to slack off when you have
All those eyes.
Yeah.
hard-working women, like especially with Amanda.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's why I fucking pulled my back on Monday, because we were training back together, and
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, I gotta train hard in front of Amanda. I know she's fucking analyzing everything I do.
Girl, you just were on stage. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
She was too, though.
Yeah.
It's not that I was even like training hard. I just I was doing a chest supported like low row, and I just think I stretched it a little too far, and I felt it, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then I've basically not been able to do shit all week, except today I feel so much better. So like,
good.
Yeah, I was able to do cardio this morning. Like, the blisters on my feet from New York are like almost gone. I was a hot mess all week. Like,
yeah.
The universe forced me to slow down.
Yeah, I would say thankfully it's not really a week that you have to go balls to the wall.
Thank God,
you know what I mean? And you can kind of take that break if you need to, but
yeah. I needed it. My body definitely needed it. So it was just time to chill for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. How long was it between Van Isle and New York? A couple
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah, that's not terrible.
Yeah. So I did the Triple O, which was the first weekend of April, and then 2 weeks later, Van Isle. 4 weeks later, New York.
So you've been in it. When did you start prep?
I want to say probably like December.
Okay.
Yeah. And I still, honestly, I could have kept dieting. Like, I'm just in that spot where I'm like, I'm not like, I feel fine.
Yeah.
But, we need to.
That's good. You want to feel that way. Now you can have like a little short rebound and then start your O prep. So
exactly. Yeah. So taking the year off last year was the best thing for myself mentally.
Yeah.
Really needed it after the 23 Olympia.
Yeah. That was your last showing, obviously. Yeah. How did you place there in 2023?
I placed 8th, but there was only 10 of us, so
yeah.
It was my worst look ever. My worst look fucking ever. So I will never look like that on stage again.
But sometimes you kind of like need those showings to be like, you know what I mean? And like, and not to, maybe it's like personal stuff or whatever, but like, was there a contributing factor to that, do you think? Or like, was stress really high or?
I ate an entire bag of trail mix the day before.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That might do it,
Yeah, I fucked up so bad. The lesson learned.
Yeah, exactly. Like these are all.
And it wasn't like a small bag. It was like
a giant, big bag.
A great value bag.
Oh my gosh, like a Costco bag.
Yeah.
So is that just like a mental thing? Like
what was going through your head?
So we had bought it because that shit is like my kryptonite, and I was like, "Ooh, post show."
Yeah, post show.
Everyone had left the room, and I was like, "I'm just gonna have a little handful."
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, 1 handful. Okay, cool. And then I go back, a giant handful, and then I go back, and then I'm pouring it down my throat, and the next thing you know, it's gone.
Yep.
I couldn't do anything.
You blacked out, I think.
Yes, the sugar got me. The sugar and the fats. So, I was at that point anyways, I was just so over prep. Like after Rising Phoenix, because I placed 5th, I was like ready to work because Sandy put me through a whole run through next to Andrea. And so like seeing myself next to her, I was like not wanting to continue dieting for the Olympia. I was ready to start working to improve my physique. And so I believe we had like, how many weeks between it? I don't know. I want to say it was like 7 weeks from Rising Phoenix to the Olympia. And that was like the hardest time ever. I was crying. I was fucking telling Matt I wanted to quit. he was telling me, fucking quit then if you want, like you're gonna look horrible if you quit. So I was just done. Like that's why taking last year off was the best thing for me, because I really needed that mental refresh and to just kind of like live life for a little bit. Because when you're prepping, you put everything on the back burner. Doctor's appointments, DMV, everything. You're like, I'll deal with that later.
Probably,
I don't even.
Yeah, so it was just time for me to like handle my shit.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
I would say we do that every so often. You know what I mean? Like I can't fathom being somebody that like competes continuously every year after year, multiple shows a year. Like I just feel like, I mean, I guess maybe it's one thing for guys, but I feel like, as female athletes, like our hormones really need that reset, not even just for, hormonally, but like obviously that affects everything. You know what I mean? Like that affects your mentality, your, just so many more things than you can think of than just like, oh, like my hormones are a little bit off. Like it affects everything.
For sure. Women definitely have it a lot. I mean, I think harder, when it comes to PED exposure, the time that you would need to be a competitor every year. Like you're going to take a risk that I think men don't have to really deal with. That's why you might see them compete, more frequently.
Yeah, for sure. And then also too, it's like peaking multiple times in one year, and like especially like having such a like it's one thing having like 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks in between shows, but when you start getting into like 5, 6, 7, it's like that's not enough to barely come up a little bit. You know what I mean? So you're kind of maintaining it and then diving again.
I mean, not having your menstrual cycle for that long, that can be a really detriment to your future, like fertility, if that is something that you want in your future. So I guess people don't really realize that when you're like, why aren't you competing every year? You're like, well, I don't think I should. It's not healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this never was a thing. I think that was meant for people to do every year this consistently, and it is just like, again, hard, I think, when people see some of these like open guys that compete every single year or something like that. And like, it's easy to kind of have picked for, that men's open division, seeing these guys kind of go after year. And then you're just like, so-and-so who in the female, women's physique division, because you haven't seen them for like a year or two because they're taking some time off to reset or whatever the case might be. But I mean, that's a big kind of indicator right there. Like ladies, like take your resets, you know what I mean? Like Jessica here doesn't plan on competing, I think, at least until next year, kind of taking some time off to not only, like you said, put on some size in areas you think, but then also too, just to kind of live life a little bit and not have to be stressed about, paying for and that's a whole other thing too. And I know we've covered that a lot, but
the expenses.
Oh man, it's expensive.
Like it's nice that the pro league, you don't have to, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't have to pay a registration for every show. Like you just pay for your pro card, correct? Right. But even still, now you have to, fly to wherever because chances are
there's not a show around. Yeah,
exactly. And then the hotel and the tan and the makeup and, the suit, if you're getting a new suit. So you're easily spending, $5,000 maybe minimum. And then, I mean, on top of that, like your cycle, your supplements, your food, it's just such a heavy expense when you're not even just one show, but let alone multiple shows. And then the Olympia, like I can't imagine, again, like I don't know. I mean, feel free to add your 2 cents in, ladies, about kind of the money that goes into competing at the Olympia. I don't know if that's like you pay in for it, or I don't know, like what's included for you if you have to.
So thankfully for the Olympia, they reimburse you for your flight. They cover your hotel for you, and then you get a little per diem. So you get a little bit of money, but it's nothing. So when I first went pro, they had the Wings of Strength Ambassador program. And that was really awesome because, they actually paid you to do a show. So I got like a $10,000 sponsorship. And then if you qualified for the Olympia, they got another $2,500 bonus. So here I'm at my first pro season. I'm like, oh shit, this is what it's like being a bodybuilder. Like we fucking got this sponsor, we're getting this money, that money. And then the next year, poof, it's all gone. No more
now,
sponsorship.
what happened? Why did they discontinue? I think this is like a good.
So essentially, what I heard is, so when you got the sponsorship, they asked very little of you, but what we did have to do was post every Wednesday by 12 p.m. a video, like 12 weeks out, and whatever. So each week it had to be like a video about, oh, my training, or I got my suit, or this and that. And I know I did my part, but apparently many girls did not. So they weren't doing what they were supposed to. And then I also heard that a lot of these girls were saying, oh, I'm going to do this show. So they got the sponsorship, but then they would show up out of shape, not ready. So then what we had to do for the sponsorship was at 4 weeks out, we had to send check-in photos. And if we looked up to par, they would pay us.
Damn.
Whoa.
You like the ambassador program, like someone at the ambassador program?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Damn.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, because people couldn't do what they were supposed to, they dropped the program. But then I also think it might have been it's when they started the Olympia Masters, and they were putting a lot of money into that. So, I think they just kind of moved money from one direction to the other. Yeah.
Shifted focus. Yeah. Huh.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I guess that's on us. We fucked that up.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
That's a shame, because it's like the obligation was so low, it seems.
Yeah. You just had to do what you normally
Gotta
do.
throw on a little update video every Wednesday. Like,
And I mean, let's be honest, majority of us are probably at least posting to our stories every day.
Doing that anyways. Yeah. Now, I think now, maybe not back. I don't know how long that was, a couple years ago.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Are they still doing like the Wings of Strength photo shoots where they would pay people? Because I remember I've done those before, so they don't even do that anymore.
No, they aren't. So when we did the Rising Phoenix, we were obligated to do a photo shoot, and we weren't paid for that. So
we're just here.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Now, what is happening with the prize redistribution situation? Are you actually seeing that?
I knew something was up like early in the year, because they never made an announcement to apply for the Rising Phoenix. I knew that I wasn't going to do it this year anyways, because it always fucks up my Olympia prep. So like I'd already taken it off the table anyways. And then like March came around, I think it was, when they were like, all right, no more Rising Phoenix. We're now distributing the money to all the other categories. So it's just a basic show for us. So it might be like a higher prized money show for people, maybe like 10 grand, for first, but it's not prestigious like it was.
No, I think that is a huge blow. I think that we need that one marquee show, that one flagship female show that brings the hype, brings the eyes, that we can point to and be like, look, they do well. Like, look, female shows do well. And they did previously, like they were doing well, but maybe it's like you're saying, the timing of the show is wrong, because I know it also, Christina said it kind of messed with her prep, right? And then Michaela Aycock has said the same, that like she likes to do it, but the timing's like you have to go out of your way to do it, and it doesn't really flow that well into like an Olympia prep.
Yeah, it really does. And I know you see all the comments about these men saying, let's get rid of women at shows anyways. They don't understand that if they got rid of us, you know how many businesses would go out of business? Suits, makeup girls, hair
yeah.
girls.
Mhm.
The shoe fairy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that
All the
definitely would
glam jewelry, all the suit,
Mhm.
like what
Everything.
the whole infrastructure would collapse and they wouldn't even know it. Like, or they
Yeah.
wouldn't know that we were behind all that.
But oh, we don't bring seats. We don't bring people to watch us. We're worthless.
It's
I
wild.
think that, like, the money that we're reinvesting, that we personally as athletes into, like the shoe fairy, blah blah blah. Maybe these companies need to reinvest into us. Like this,
Yeah.
maybe they need to help sponsor us. They need to help sponsor some of the shows because
Like
we're
how
putting a lot
Wolfpack
of money
did for
into that.
wellness.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Exactly.
like, I know, like, does the Shoe Fairy not sponsor any shows throughout the year? Like, or do they only do like their Model
I
E?
don't know. I've never seen them on any logo on any shows.
Yeah. Especially like,
But
because I know you mentioned, Jasmine, like in the chat, like there's, at least like right off the bat, like 5 or 6 like women run businesses that are associated with bodybuilding. And it's like, where are you guys? You know what I mean?
where are you? I mean, you got a lot of also women owned, like just general, like fitness companies, like Meg Squats, Buff Chick supplements. You got Buff Bunny. You've got Gerg like clothing. You got like Me Squats. You got the Shoe Fairy. You got like all these companies out there. You obviously can't tell them what to do with their money if they're looking at women's bodybuilding and seeing that it's not being profitable, but you have to personally play the long game here. If you only are looking for a short-term return on investment, like that's just not how business works. If you're not going to get rid of they're not going to get rid of the women's divisions. Like that's not going to happen. I mean, if it was there'd be like World War III. Like it's not going to happen. So you need to look at it and be like, what can I do to make it profitable? Or am I going to continue to let this operate at a loss? Like something needs to change.
Yeah.
And honestly, this could be tax write-offs for some of these companies, which,
Right.
I would see
it
that
absolutely
as
would be
a great option. Oh shit, tax write-off? Absolutely. Let me pump some money into this show or that show. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people quite understand like what we need to do that can bring some change. Like I feel like people are like, oh, I want to do something, but they don't quite know where to begin with that. So
yeah, this
we
has
all
been
gotta
like
just figure it out.
it's been like a big, like we have a girls
It's
pod chat, and like we've been talking about like yes, it's frustrating. Like we all obviously come to the table with all these frustrations, and like XYZ isn't happening for us, but it's also on the other end too. Like we're the ones that need to come up with the solutions. You know what I mean? And like come up with like the ways to kind of put these things in motion. And like Jasmine said, like it's not going to be overnight. Like it's going to take some time, and I think that's a big part of it too. Is like, I don't know, especially in like today's age of like instant gratification and like now, and like I think it's hard for people to understand that like this could take like 5 years before like these divisions really get the hype that some of these men divisions do, and with comes more exposure, more spotlighting, more sponsorship, more just like everything, and I think it just it's the front line with us,
It's not like we're asking for $100,000 at a show. If we could just do like 5,000 minimum for first place at all the shows, like that's a step up. Okay. Like, and that's still fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I think that first of all, okay, let's say the money can come later. How about we just have like equal opportunity at prestigious shows, at the Arnold, I don't think Dubai Pro would ever have a female that but like some of the shows that have cut women's bodybuilding. I mean, how many shows do you have that you can
we have, I counted earlier, so not including the like Masters Olympia and like 2 other Masters shows, it's like 13. And
so that's not
like
that many.
7 or 8 of them are like out of the country. So it's kind of tough. At least Canada was like right there. You know, it wasn't too far to go to.
And I think what Linda brought up, like, I do believe she maybe said it in a way that was a bit inflammatory, and it obviously sparked a lot of backlash. But I think the conversation is valid, and the point still stands that just pointing out that there is an almost 4-time discrepancy between the pay in women and men's division. And you know, she brought up Andrew, not personally, but he took it.
He took it very personal. I know. Like,
I mean, I've even heard the men be like, "Dude, what's your problem?"
You're like, get your panties out of a bunch, bro.
And so many people in the comments were like, "Who's Linda?"
I know. I know.
Someone was like, "Why does she deserve respect? She has to earn it."
I'm pretty sure I read that comment. Yeah, people are wild.
I don't know. Maybe just like winning the highest title possibly in bodybuilding 8 times.
Yeah. It's fine though. It's fine.
She doesn't warrant your respect. Don't worry about it.
It is so sad to read all those comments. Like, I don't know why I find myself reading those, and I get depressed. Like, how people are so blatantly
so disrespectful.
Like, don't give a fuck about us. You know,
it's like people suggesting to remove women's body. Like, I was floored. Like, I was completely floored.
Like, nobody cares to see women. When women get on, that's when everybody takes their bathroom breaks. Like, just all of these comments saying that we aren't worth, you know, anything, that us asking for more is like ridiculous because we don't bring in any ticket sales. It's like, it just makes me so fucking sad sometimes because we work so hard and we put ourselves through so much for people to just be so completely disrespectful of all the hard work we do, all the stuff that we put into this, and it just sucks.
I mean, you have to look at how we got here. You know, I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. You know, not the same investment, not the same promotion, not the same narratives that get spread on the internet, like not the same headline, not the same hype, not the same support, like not the same cultural acceptance. Like, look at how many factors are stacked against us. It's a really steep uphill battle that we have to overcome to like receive the same support and spotlight. You know, you have the huge cultural divide between in general society, the acceptance of muscular women versus muscular men. Like, that's just obviously a huge problem. And then, you know, I think a lot of the time on social media is like the narratives of individual athletes in the male division is pushed and promoted more. You get, you know, like stories of the rivalries and he said this at that, this, you know, this panel and blah, blah, blah. And like, I mean, we don't really have that going on too much in the women's divisions. Like, I mean, do we know anybody's personal stories? Do we ask like, oh, the German figure girls are going against each other again, or like, I think there's not enough of that so the people don't follow the stories because there's no
that's true
narratives online. Like, I think we need to do a better job about creating that ourselves. Like, I mean, we gotta pretend there's some drama, then okay.
I'll start some fucking drama, man.
Yeah, like some beef against each other.
Hunter and Chelsea need to have like
let's talk.
We need to like meet in the gym, and there needs to be like a little fight or something where you take my bench.
I would get people interested. I know we're joking, but it really would. Like, people will be like, "Oh shit!" So we got to, and then you guys got to do a show together, obviously.
We will the Olympia.
This recent thing between Bob Ciccarello and Nick Walker, like Bob has verbatim said, like, I have no problem.
He's never gonna win.
But he's also said, like, I've had no problem with Nick. We are good. We're chill. Like, it's fine. It's just good. It's just good excitement. You know what I mean? Like, it builds excitement. Like, he verbatim has said that, like, this sort of back and forth is just generating more, you know, viewership and just more you know, excitement to the Open for the Olympia. And it's like, I guess to some degree we got to do that ourselves too. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure. I think women do need to, I think that's a really big part of this. And I've talked to a lot of people online. I've talked to my husband. I've talked to a lot of people that, they, Lee Priest even was, saying, spewing as he does some shit that, women don't support women don't stand up for women don't tell women stories. And then I was like, what isn't that what Linda was just trying to do? And you guys are all bashing her for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he didn't respond. So, but I think we need to do a better job. We need to buy the live stream. We need to go to the shows. We need to share everybody's post. We need to show up for each other more.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know
Absolutely.
Female Bodybuilding Channel tried to start like a little drama between me and Teresa for the Triple O. But
really?
nothing.
Maybe you have to play into that. It sucks.
Yeah.
Like it feels
Mhm.
fake. It feels phony, but how else are you going to get people to follow and be interested in
It's true.
I
I mean, I
in
don't
the
like her,
show?
so it's fine.
There you go. Well, if you don't like her, there you go.
Well,
Enough.
I thought she was okay, and then she like had me unfollow her and shit on Instagram, and then she's talking hella shit about me, saying that I eat
Oh, I saw your
steroids and
story
stuff.
about
What?
I mean, don't be mad because I beat you, girl. Like,
I know.
like it just is what it is. You're not like the fucking best. So
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
This
Good
is
Say
little
the
drama.
peace that we've been
Run
needing.
with it.
But for
I was
real,
hoping she would compete again, but she didn't.
no,
She
she shut it down.
Mhm. Yeah,
Next time she comes back for
Yeah.
you.
I'll still beat her.
That beef.
Love it.
But I mean, it really is kind of one of these things, like kind of going back to like just take all the women's divisions out, like nobody watches them, it was never wanted, whatever. It's like you do realize that women's bodybuilding came along pretty much just as early as men's bodybuilding in the IFBB. Like I'm pretty confident the first Miss Olympia was in 1980.
Yeah.
And the
It was, and the prize money was apparently equal
Yes.
back then.
yes, it
Wow.
was.
Was it
amazing.
really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't,
Wow.
we were talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know what I mean? But it was still,
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know actually what that was. But
I'm curious when it changed to
Yeah.
men
Yes.
having more and us not.
Probably immediately.
The next year.
Yeah.
The next year.
no, but like, honestly, it's like people say like there's no want for these divisions. If there's no want for these divisions, then how do they come to be in the first place? If there was no desire, if there was no interest, if there was no females out here saying like, hey, like I want to do this, but I want to look more like,
I mean, just look at your roster of competitors.
yeah.
And look how many female competitors you have in the NPC and the IFB, the PCA, the WB, whatever.
Mhm.
There's a ton of female competitors that
Yeah.
literally as evidence, proof, data that there is interest. Like
Yeah.
we just need to we also need to like watch each other
Yeah.
to illustrate that there is a desire there.
And I mean, like, it's hard too when there's not, like, we were just dealing with this today, right, Jasmine? Like, there's no live stream, or at least I don't think there was a live stream for the Optimum Classic, or at least we
Oh
can,
yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
like, okay, so
Apparently
how-
next year they're gonna do it because
Alright.
there've been people asking. So.
good.
That
We'll
should
get
be
on.
like that should be for every show. Like I don't understand why.
Yeah.
And then they tell
I think
you,
there
oh,
should be like we were saying in the chat, like a subscription for
Right.
all the live streams. You pay
Yeah.
like a monthly subscription and you get all the live streams, the IFBB, the NPC, they hire Gilco, whatever. They
idea.
have a few independent contractors who do these.
Yes.
And how many more people would you probably get paying the $30, $40 a month versus like the few people who randomly buy a live stream?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
that's a
60,
legit
70
idea.
people who maybe bought the California Pro
Yeah.
today, like versus, we would all have our little subscriptions.
To be able to watch.
That's a really good
Well,
idea.
yeah.
And if you could rewatch them, because I know for New York, if you bought the live stream, you could not rewatch it after because that's what
I want to replay. I want to go back.
Yeah.
I'm I
I
missed
want to be
them.
able to exactly.
I was in the
want to be able
bathroom. I
to rewatch
missed
what
them.
I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're
But then
just so
like,
greedy with it. And then they even were like, no cameras, like in the
yeah.
you can't have your phone up.
Oh, they're
And it's
hard
like,
about it too.
they are so hard about it. And it's just like kind of a bummer. Like, how do they expect for us to like get more audience if we can't do what we need
If you
to do
can't,
by
right.
promoting it? You know?
You have to like bring your own little like media guy with a media pass to be able to do all that. And I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to get those, right?
Yeah, I was trying to get like Matt backstage, and even that was like hard to try to do at the New York Pro. So it's just it's all expensive. It's all hard.
I mean, and some of the best stage shots you get are cell phone pictures.
For
Right?
real. Seriously.
We can't all afford a Gilco package and a whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Walt Whitman, maybe he didn't like us, so he didn't take a picture of us. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, some of the times the cell phone pictures are the best shot you get.
And also, like, what happens if, like, you know, like you have a coach that wants to get a look at how you were, and like, again, like it's not like everybody can afford these GoGo packages where they get all the photos and the videos to share, and like, you know, maybe your coach can't watch the live or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like that's very helpful information to be able to share with your coach on like how you actually looked at your show if they couldn't be there. You know?
Yeah.
And I just, this is like a constant topic of conversation Michael and I have. It's just like, I don't understand like why the IFBB doesn't capitalize on something like that, because it seems so wanted. And so like not everyone's going to pay to travel to New York to go watch the New York Pro, or to travel like to Spain to go watch Alicante. Like it's just, there needs to be some sort of more, and like just the consistency of the live streams. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to pay fucking $40 for this shit to go on me, and then or shit quality, or you know what I mean?
Well, and you do notice that like some live streams are better than others. Like I've noticed, whatever, I don't know, Arnold, like the Arnold uses, like that live stream is always pretty like solid, and it's free. And you know, they're like, everybody's different. I don't know, it's like not standardized with like the IFBB or anything. It's just like whatever live stream that promoter like wants to get, I guess, is how it is. So it's not even standardized. Right. So I think that's what makes it tough too.
And even going to shows is like crazy expensive. So for the New York Pro, they had groups A and group B. So group A was like women's physique, wellness. And if you wanted to watch that and you wanted to watch women's bodybuilding, which was in group B, which was with men's bodybuilding, you had to buy 2 pre-judging tickets.
Live stream. Oh, no way. The tickets too for the show?
Yes.
I noticed for the live stream it was like that.
Yeah, so if you wanted to watch both pre-judging and both finals, it was going to be about over $500.
So
because
we got pre-judging B, which started at 12. And then we bought, because we had a friend that was competing in 212. So we're like, well, fuck, we can't just come here and not watch our friend compete. So that's in the A group. So we bought finals A and finals B, and that came out to $400, just about $390, something like that. Whatever it was, which is crazy. Insane.
And that's like also, if you it depends on what area you got too. So you could have gotten like the VIP, which was was like 110.
True, yes.
And it's just, it was crazy. Like I don't plan on ever doing that show again. I mean, we're not going to have it anyways, but it was just, it ended up being a lot of money, a lot of money.
So interesting you say that. So we had Jess Falborn on several weeks back, and she had competed at that last year. And she honestly had the same feedback of just like, it didn't feel like a show for the competitors. You know what I mean? Like it just didn't feel like there was a lot of investment for the competitors to have like a cool, chill, like, you know what I mean? Like giving back to the competitors almost. So I'm interested to hear you say that because it seems consistent across the board.
There were no mirrors backstage. There was like we got a t-shirt at check-ins, which was cool. It was like a dark sports shirt, but that was it. Nothing else. You know. And for the 3 shows I did, I spent $1,500 on like photos. You know, like it just blows my mind that we do this.
Yeah, all the time.
Sometimes I have those thoughts where I'm like, I could have chose anything.
Maybe
Anything to do with my time.
Yeah. And here we are.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
No.
I know. I'm like, damn, $1,500. I could have gotten a flight to fucking Fiji.
I know.
Like,
because we love it. We love it.
Yeah, exactly. But I do have those moments where I'm like, damn, I put so much into this for this much.
For like what?
That much back.
For what? I know.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's like we don't even get
we love it.
We don't even get respect.
Yeah, no respect.
We don't get money or respect. Like, what do we get?
We just get a bunch of hate comments online. Us fucking men.
Quit taking so much trend, darling. Like, oh my God, that one I've heard so many times.
Dude, I can't remember her name, Jasmine, but we were conversing about her, the song that she put out, like the remix song of like,
yeah.
McPhee or whatever. Yeah, I love that. I was like, I'm gonna make this my ringtone.
Yeah, I know. I was wanting when people started doing those, I was like, "Ooh, it'd be such a great idea to do something like that." But I just obviously never got around to it. And then she did. I'm like, "Damn, that was good."
Like, you are so gross.
Literally so gross.
No, but
so
hilarious. I mean, it's nice that we can make light of it. You know what I mean? Like, what else can we do?
Exactly.
Well, I'm very like small fish in a big pond. So it's like I haven't quite hit that level of exposure to where like those comments come in. And I know me mentally, and I feel like I personally wouldn't be able to handle it as chill, or as cool, and it's like, it's so crazy, right? Because like these people, are they gonna fucking look at your face, Chelsea, and tell you that you fucking are this? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's always with anything. It's always just the fact that you're behind this computer screen.
Exactly.
Say whatever you want to say. And it's like, you're gonna say that, then freaking come correct and say it to my face. You know what I mean? Show up to the New York Prep, show up to the Olympia. You know what I mean? And like,
they would never. They would walk up to her and they would be just Google.
You're amazing. Yeah.
Chelsea Dion, like they would be all over her.
Yeah, it's funny. I just love to call people like that incels. I'm like, that's something a fucking incel would say.
I love that too.
Yeah. I don't even know what drives them to say that. Like, what do you get? What do you want out of this?
Yeah.
Little tiny dicks. That's what drives me to say it.
I love like with me too. Like, is your mom still in your life? Do you have a woman in your life? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I feel like if you did, like, you would not be on here gallivanting all of these hateful comments on women's pages. Like,
yeah.
And whatever.
Well, it's even worse if they have daughters, wives, sisters.
A lot of them do. If you like go on their page, like, because sometimes I'll like just take a clip.
Yeah, I'm like, so you
look like who this guy is.
Bald Indian man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that one, Jasmine, you posted on your story, like you reposted from somebody else, like where it just showed the faces of all these.
It was the guy. Yeah, they're all like fat. I'm sorry, they're fat, like ugly, bald. Bald guys. Yeah.
No,
but I've noticed like sometimes there's women doing the same thing to us. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I get women.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah. Like, so it's like not even just the men, like the girls are doing the same shit.
Yeah.
It's always like middle-aged women. Like mom. Like middle-aged mom. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing on my page anyways?
Yeah. Go
Susan. Yeah. Chloe.
I wouldn't have like much on my page that like blows up, but there was one video from my prep last year that I did that like, I mean, it's like the best one that, the best one of my videos has ever done. It got like 800,000 views and like 3,000 something comments. And going through the comments, like they're all bad. Legit, like literally all bad.
No,
and I'm like, this is wild.
And you're like a wellness girl. Like,
yeah.
What are they talking about?
Like on your butt.
It's crazy for men and women. Like, yeah,
Like, that girl's like a centaur.
if they would say something like that, I'd be like, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
Exactly.
Thank you. I love that.
I don't know.
I just like you landed on the wrong people's explore page. I think.
Yeah,
you know,
it was wild. Like
the general
it was just
population
blowing up, and it was like all negative. Every day I would like open my Instagram, and it was just like shitty.
See, I hate that. That gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
I know.
When something like that is going on and I see I have a lot of comments, it's like I will not look at my
like,
comments for
oh,
like days.
like, I know they're gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't like wanting to, or having to not like look at my stuff because I don't want to see something.
Yeah, and especially unfortunately, like we talk all the time about how like this is turning into like a social media game and stuff, and it's like, okay, if we want like the traction and like the eyes on us, like you want engagement on your posts, you want to like be able to engage with people that are commenting on your stuff, but if it's all fucking shit comments, like I'm not gonna bother, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
it's rough. It's hard.
You have to risk it.
Like you got to play the game, but also
you got to risk it.
You're gonna get some shit.
Yeah,
you gotta build some tough skin. It's gonna happen. I mean, Justin, my husband, he was beloved in the industry, and then he left Hostile, and then he received so much hate.
It's
But
so wild.
you got to take risks. Like you think, how much hate probably does Nick Walker get? He gets told he's gonna die every day. Like he's got the ugliest physique in the IFBB. Like you're gonna need to put yourself out there and be okay that you're gonna receive some negative comments if you really want to be a prominent person in this industry.
Absolutely. And for like anyone listening to this, like just if you do get those comments, something that's always kind of helped me is like, okay, this person has absolutely no significance in my life. No significance whatsoever. Their words only have power if you give it to them.
True.
Okay. So just let that shit roll right off your back. Let it go.
Yeah.
It means nothing. They're probably miserable in their own life and they want to drag you down with them. So let it roll off your back.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, and they're probably not even people in your sport. If we're talking specifically about bodybuilding, so they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Like, I feel 95% of people that don't know. I was just saying, like, I feel like 9 times out of 10 it's from people that are not actually in the sport, but they're like,
they just don't understand,
or just, you know what I mean, like watch it passively. Like you're not, you don't know, like you don't know what I'm trying to do, like what I'm trying to achieve, or what my goals are, and like also why does it matter to you? You know?
Yeah. It doesn't affect them personally, so I don't know what kind of enjoyment they're getting out of leaving those comments, but
I just also I feel like it is really like primarily like in the sport. Like I feel like I haven't seen like any other, like, and maybe I'm not looking for it, I guess, but and I'm not in the sports or in those, you know what I mean, like extracurriculars, I guess. But I don't know, I just feel like bodybuilding is like the one sport where people feel like they can just say whatever they want to say or have like whatever opinions they want to have, and it's just, I don't know, it's just like why this, you know what I mean?
I think that's just the internet, unfortunately.
It's
It's given too many people a voice that don't need to be fucking speaking.
And at the end of the day,
it's the nature of the sport, because we're putting our bodies out there for judgment.
Exactly.
And that's what we're doing. So the internet's gonna judge us, and if they might not like it, I don't know.
Yeah,
very true.
What were you saying, Jess? Were you saying something?
Oh no, I was just basically going to say the same thing. At the end of the day, it's like those people have issues with themselves, and I don't even read comments. Like I don't go into the threads. Like I don't need them to have like any power over me. So I just like let it roll off, because at the end of the day, like the only person I'm trying to impress is like myself, and hopefully my coach is thinking I'm doing it. Like other than that, I really don't give a fuck.
Do not care.
If I have the time though, I will like fuck with them back.
Yeah.
I
do that too.
If they're fucking cool, it is a little fun, but for the most part, it's just like, okay, you're just
moving
on.
Yeah.
Normally, they don't have anything to say back, right?
Yeah.
You like hit them with like the super sweet, like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry," like that.
Darn it!
That
My
I
body offended
someone
you.
commented that it looked like my chest was inverted. And I was like, yeah, man, sorry, God didn't give me huge breasts.
Damn it!
Darn!
God,
I don't know what you
damn
want
it!
That's what I'm saying.
You could sponsor, my
A titty job.
breast segmentation if you want.
There you go.
Somebody
I said
told
that
me
before.
that I looked like a piece of boiled chicken on that one reel. They were like, "You look like a piece of boiled chicken." I'm like, sweet. I was really pale in the video, so I was like, maybe that's why.
You need a little seasoning on there, girl.
Yeah.
You are what you eat,
Right.
You're part of it, so it's crazy.
Boiled chicken. Like I eat a lot of chicken, but
Not boiled. Ew. We're friends past those days.
Who's boiling? Are any of
I
y'all
know, if you're
boiling
boiling
your
your
chicken?
chicken,
You
hell
boiling
no.
your chicken? Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
So hardcore. You're so hardcore if you eat boiled chicken with no salt.
Right.
So
No seasoning.
Mrs.
I'm
Dash.
a real bodybuilder. I'm
No
a true
sauce.
bodybuilder.
No seasoning, no sauce, nothing.
People
That's
like
always
that.
like I don't know. That's always the one thing. Like people will stop me at the grocery store. They're like, "Why do I gotta eat like fucking boiled chicken?" I'm like, "No, like
No.
you don't.
Why the fuck would you torture yourself with that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually go to the freezer aisle and grab a Ben and Jerry's. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I love all my food. Again,
Me too.
steak and beef and eggs and fruit.
Delicious.
Cream of
All the
rice.
flavored cream of rice
Peanut
now,
butter,
all the
yeah.
seasonings,
Yeah.
all the sauces. It's like there's no reason to eat plain ass boring food these days.
No.
Like, your excuse that your food is boring is a fucking excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say I don't super like brew things up. I mean, I season obviously and stuff. I don't make the pretty bowls or like make it look nice or add colors and stuff like that. And I just get my greens from supplements and call it a day.
Yeah.
I mean, ask sometimes like, oh,
I think if you make it too complicated, it'll be harder to follow. So you got to find your formula where it's you like what you're eating, but it's easy. Because otherwise, you might not be adherence might be lower if you have like the steps involved are a lot.
Yeah.
Like my sister-in-law, she's trying to learn she wanted to do a prep, and she's like trying to figure out like I hate all my food. I don't know how to make it good. Like she was trying to ask me if she could put tomato sauce in her beef, and I was like,
oh,
what? What are you trying to make a gumbo? Like, trying to make a goulash? What are you doing? I was like,
That's
like it was a meal that had like eggs and beef and like toast. And, like just put it all together. She just doesn't know. Like she hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah. Once she gets it, she'll be like, "Oh, okay, I can eat this."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is always like the thing with like new time competitors. It's just like that transition from, especially someone that maybe like wasn't on like a regimented like diet or like food plan before. Now all of a sudden,
that she ate out a lot.
Yeah,
that's a huge change.
I miss those.
It was like a shock. It's like
right.
I hate it
because I was back in powerlifting. I was eating good.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I know.
A foodie or like or something like that, but like going out to eat or like grabbing drinks or something with friends, like it's a very normal part of society, and a lot of people do that. So it's like, when you all of a sudden it's like, nope, like you can't actually do that anymore.
It's funny.
You know,
It's funny with bodybuilding though, because it's like all of us girls were like, okay, we're gonna go out to dinner, but like when everybody's out of prep, so it's like we're planning for
when
December.
Is that?
We're planning dinner dates like 6 months out.
Yeah. It's like, okay, who's not prepping right now? Who could possibly?
But at least you
dinner?
appreciate it. You appreciate it so much more, I think, personally, like those moments and that time when you can.
Yeah, 100%. It's just funny to think about it.
Absolutely.
It is.
It's like, oh, we have a dinner date planned in 6 months. So set the date.
You like text your coach, like, hey, make sure we plan for this.
Not in day specifically.
I think of like in and out.
Even like amongst our like kind of core friend group or whatever, not all of them bodybuilds, but like they've been around it enough, or their partner is part of it or something like that, so like they understand. And it's always like, all right, you know, when is, you know, Shay, Sacre, Mike not in prep, so we can all go grab like dinner or like have a cookout or something like that. And that is, but to your point, Jasmine, it definitely does make it a lot more, I don't know, like you feel like you're more focused on like the togetherness of everything, and just like the excitement of like, yeah, we just get to, you know, be normal girlies for a little bit and just have like a regular meal. And so yeah, I do appreciate those moments more for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have so many girl dates planned, but I'm like, I gotta be on my diet like for like a week at least.
Yeah.
I'm like, this post show thing's hard, so give me like a week.
So hard.
Oh yeah, it's
so hard.
than
Have you
prep
guys seen those TikTok videos where it's like she doesn't know it yet, but
oh god,
yes,
They drive me nuts.
I want to
so mad.
I want to comment on those videos so bad sometimes and be like,
you're like fear mongering people.
I know. Little does she know she's gonna be thrown into a binge disorder because she ate this brownie after her show.
One bite of donut, and I'm like,
fucking eye roll.
It's crazy.
Well, there's been a lot of drama on TikTok about like this skinny talk shit going on. It's like kind of the rise of like heroin chic again. There's been a few like really problematic creators on there who have like are basically like promoting ED like thoughts and behaviors. So
oh wow,
not surprised to hear that.
This is not the time to be doing that when all of these young girls are on these platforms, and like that's really scary.
Yeah, I skip over those videos. I don't even.
I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know.
Not on TikTok.
I haven't gotten into TikTok either. But I've seen those on Instagram. They're like making their way into Instagram.
Yeah. But there's this like skinny mentality, skinny thoughts, skinny way of life, skinny this, skinny that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, not this again, not that 90s fucking Kate Moss bullshit. Like,
I love ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Please,
ma'am.
I'm good with these. It's so funny, like that mindset that like when you were younger, like you wanted to be that skinny girl, like you wanted to be the girl who didn't have the thigh or like had the thigh up, and like, and it's just such a
I want a thigh gap so bad. I want a thigh gap.
Be fucking huge.
Yeah.
I know, now it's completely like the opposite.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want to be skinny. I want to be big.
Actually. Yeah, it's crazy. Super crazy.
Yeah. Sort of like you see I think a lot more that in the fitness industry, like on Instagram, a lot more people are, you know, going that strong, not skinny, but you're always going to be competing with, you know, those old biases, those old stigmas. So it's like, I feel like it's body image, you know, body empowerment, positivity has like risen, but it's like it keeps fighting with itself, you know.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Do you guys ever find that you like struggle with that yourself still? Like, it's like, even though we want to be bigger, like for bodybuilding, like there's still times that I'll like, I mean, put on a dress or something, and I'm like, I'm like, I
looked
like this instead of like this, even though
Yeah. My traps, they're huge.
Yeah.
I look like such a dude. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to wear a cute top, but I just know that it's just gonna be, you know, like I would love to wear a cute little tube top and maybe but I know my fucking shoulders and traps are just
like a cute little or a little frilly milkmaid dress or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like it just looks stupid.
It
just looks stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just put on my little oversized and my little this.
Yeah. It's just crazy because like we can be so proud of like the physiques we build and like prefer that and everything, but then it's still like you said, it's still like fights kind of with you. It's still like kind of there, which is so weird.
I wish there was like a fashion line for like us fit chicks that was like more muscle friendly, you know?
Oh man.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I like that.
On that. Like I want jeans that aren't shitty quality, that lose their stretch after a couple uses, you know, that my waist, but then also my legs, and then also my butt, like, or just like, just like more thought that goes into creating clothes that aren't just the average like female body, you know? Like,
I mean, at least
not even just an overweight body, like a muscular body.
Exactly.
You know?
At least like with jeans, they do have like companies like Fit Jeans and KG Jeans. But I was talking about like, I have a pair of the KG jeans. She gave me a pair, and I fucking love them.
Really?
Like I've worn them to every check-in like since I got them because they just look so good. They're super stretchy. Like I love them. But I wish we just had like a company that would make like dresses that were flat,
like going out outfits.
Yeah, like not like Fashion Nova or fucking Shein, like cheap shit that either fits or doesn't. Like these are actually like made to make us look good.
Yeah, there's an idea.
I know. Somebody, anybody.
There's an opportunity here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we've got a few good ideas here, you know, our like live stream subscription.
Right.
Now our new like not athletic wear, but like athlete wear.
Yeah. Athlete wear. Athlete wear for the fashionista.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like a good investor.
I know. But it's like if we could find a good investor, we just got to get them to invest in some bodybuilding shows first.
Yeah.
And then we'll take the world by storm. But
let's work on Arnold. Let's get him on board.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a tough nut to crack.
It used to be there. It used to be. I
know.
But so what happened?
Like, he does not like women with muscle.
I know.
He really does not.
He cut all the muscular women's division. So now you have bikini, wellness, fitness, probably fit model in the future. I don't know.
Don't even get me started on fit model.
So it sends a message, right? Like it sends a message to the broader community that what is valuable.
You know what's gonna happen, and it's gonna totally fucking like make me want to quit, is when they have pro shows for fit model, and they are gonna be getting paid more than us. I swear to God, I will fucking quit.
It. That is it. I'm done.
No way.
I'm done.
Yeah.
It will be like, so I know obviously there's very direct like criteria and like specific for that division, but I recently was listening to a whatever, like a clip or something on Instagram with Sid and Sandy, talking about the Peeps Classic coming up that Sydney runs, and then Junior Nationals, and just kind of how the two are incongruent and how you can go to the show and get your national qualification or whatever. But Sandy was even saying like, she's been considering doing this. I guess obviously there's a lot of people asking her like, hey, you know, I've been told that like I still need more muscle for bikini or something like that. You know, should I do fit model? And she essentially has been saying that like, just give it a year, wait to see kind of where the division actually goes. And it's like that alone is just kind of opening it up for it to be more than what they're, you know what I mean? Like putting it out to be Like, so that's just like open the door, allow it to grow and be different, I guess, in like what the initial criteria has been stated as, I guess. I don't know how to like word it because I'm a fucking idiot and I can't use my words, but short, it's just like I know, like I know, like there's no way that division's not gonna grow. And like we've already seen winners.
It already is, yeah.
Have had the, you know, slight shoulder cap, have had like glute ham tie-ins in the back, like, and if those are the only girls that are showing up, like obviously what are you going to reward, you know? And there's no other division that's happened for all of them, for men's and women's, and how much everybody's getting. Like it's just there's no way you can completely stop that from happening. So it's just, I feel like to us in the women's divisions that have been doing this for these divisions that have been around for as long as they've been around, it's like, why are we adding yet another female division if A, there's no demand for it, if B, nobody wants to watch the women's shows? Now you're just elongating all of these shows.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And then it's like, so now you're going to have to dish out more money to a whole new division when we're already,
Barely,
you know what I mean? The money years for all of the other divisions. So it's like, why didn't we decide why didn't we add fucking fit men's? You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like why?
Yeah,
the men's stuff.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm all for
it. Would just probably look like classic physique or like men's physique. I mean,
like there's obviously a want for something like that. Like it would be cool if the IFBB kind of made a different sector and was like, here is fit model, fit men's, like
fit men,
into I don't know, like more fashion stuff versus like bodybuilding stuff. You know what I mean? But to me, mine's like fit model doesn't have a place in bodybuilding.
No, it's not bodybuilding.
No.
I'm sorry.
No muscle. They're literally telling you to have no muscle.
It was supposed to be like an entry level, and then they have it in the pro league. Like, how that's an oxymoron. That's literally an oxymoron.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll see. So the first pro shows will come around next year, 2026. So we will see what that looks like.
That's going to be wild. I feel like if somebody is like going to do fit model, there's no desire to like progress because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, so how do you, I don't know, like,
how would you even progress? How, like,
you wouldn't be able to. So it's like, I don't know. It's just really,
there would be just one chick that will win it all, you know what I mean, all the time, because you can't improve and you can't look better than this one person, you know, like, and how I personally would love to, I don't know, have been a fly on the wall for that round table discussion, you know?
Yeah. I mean, so they take the year off. Like, what are they going to do? You can't really work. Like, are they going to train? You train for, 2 times a week for a year in a surplus. Like, they're going to get too big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are they just like not going to work out? Are they not going to work out? Like, then why? What is that? How is that bodybuilding if they're not even going to be in the gym?
Exactly.
I just can't see how it would be possible for them to train in an off-season capacity as a professional, and then not outgrow the division immediately.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's no room for any sort of progression.
It's like a one-time thing, and then you move up to bikini.
But even now, like
that's just going to be like a pass-through thing.
If somebody came to me and wanted to compete and wanted me to coach them for fit model, I would have absolutely no idea of what to do with that. I wouldn't know what training program to give them. I wouldn't necessarily, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it would be such a weird, like, just go to the gym 2 times a week and do full body circuits or something.
Yeah.
Like, just do Pilates. I don't know.
Right.
So it's like, again, like that to me, like if there's a demand for it, awesome. If you can capitalize on that, it's a business and you want to make money from that, fantastic. But like it doesn't have to be associated with the International Federation of Bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be at the expense of your existing female categories.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, do not put that in the Arnold and then not include
they will.
For women's muscular division. Like, please.
If it's not
please don't do that to us.
2027, I am 99% confident they will have Fit Model in the Arnold. I mean, there's no way if they're seeing a good return and like a good investment in that division, like they will put that division in because that's like the you know what I mean, like what he wants to see, like that's the ultimate what he would prefer. I'm sure he even thinks that bikini is muscular. You know what I mean? Like
probably, yeah.
I don't know. Crazy thing. Very interesting to see where everything leads over the next couple of years for the female division, and hopefully we can all make a positive impact in that and steer it in a more positive direction.
There needs to be some changes. There needs to be some reinvesting.
Yeah.
Some more support.
It's totally fine to like sit there and be like, okay, maybe we got a little too out of hand with things. Let's kind of reset it a little bit. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I think a big part of it is just not wanting to look foolish, you know? And I mean, because it would be a silly thing, obviously, to bring on Fit Model and the next year be like, oh, just kidding. We're not doing that anymore. So I don't know how they get out of stuff like that, or how they kind of reframe or, you know, come up with a newer infrastructure without everything kind of falling apart, I guess. But I don't know.
Now there's just like too many women's divisions. There's like so many.
There's so
many.
You're
gonna ask Arnold to include all of them? Like he can't, obviously, like because there's not as many men's divisions. So like right now it's equal, and that's what everyone's also saying. Like, oh, the Arnold equal. There's 3 men, 3 women. It's like, well, the women's divisions aren't diverse, so I don't think that's a great representation. And if you want the Arnold, as he said, to be like a premier show that rivals the Olympia, then you need to
gotta have all of us.
You gotta have all of us. But like now you have so many different women's divisions. Like then you're gonna be asking him to operate, like give us preferential treatment, you know, like because it's gonna cost more to host that many women's divisions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's like another thing too, right? For like promoters. So like they have to pay into like the IFBB to have every division that they have for their shows. So it's like now you're putting these people in a position to now have to pay out more if they want to include Fit Model to be able to grow their show and you know what I mean? Like bring more spectators or whatever the case might be. Like, I don't know, just
because they're easier entry level divisions, you're going to have way more competitors, right? You have way more competitors, friends and families coming to see them. So they're going to be like, oh, this is more popular. We should invest in this. And then the upper divisions are slowly going to fade away even more because it's going to look like the demand for those divisions are there. But really, I think it's just,
it's exciting.
It's easier. I mean, it is. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, guys. It's easier. It's easier to compete in those divisions. So it's going to look like it's more popular, but it's like in reality, you know, is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I really think like this next year will be the tell of kind of where that division goes and how much interest or how much popularity it gains over the next, you know, 6 to 8 months or whatever. But yeah, I'm not.
I hope that the Pittsburgh Pro picks up like women's bodybuilding and like all the classes.
Yeah, that would be
that show looked dope.
And they paid women's like 50 grand. 25?
25, yeah.
And that's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
So nice, like they good on the Manions, you know, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we just have to we have to push for it. We got to tag them and I don't know, somehow get them to see that there's want for that division at the Pittsburgh Pro.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm planning on going to the NPC headquarters in like August because we're gonna be out there because Matt's gonna do North Americans. So JM was like, be sure to come out to the gym. So maybe we'll, you know, see, hey, you guys want to like bring women's bodybuilding?
Yeah.
Do it. Speak up for us, you know.
I try to like when I did the guest posing for the Emerald Cup, they let me speak a little bit and you know, I was basically saying, you know, like we need all the support we can get from all the fans and stuff. And anytime I can do something like that, like I want people to know that like we need support.
Desperately.
Yeah. Because if not, they don't know. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
True.
Well, we gotta run it. We gotta make it happen. We gotta be the change if we want to see the change.
Yeah. But I also think that the guys did have a good point when it came to Linda Murray and her being like, "Where's the money?" And then they showed how much she paid people out.
Dude, yeah, Linda, don't
throw glass stones.
Okay,
don't throw stones in glass houses.
Let's put our money where our mouths are, and let's change our own shit first.
Doesn't she pay out the?
She pays the men, men more.
So let's take the money from that and we'll put it into the women's instead.
Reverse it. Reverse it. Okay. I know that was a bold move, Linda. I mean, I would think it's still the topic stands, but
that one might not.
That one might. Ooh. They got her there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe she was like, "Oh, okay,
okay."
She's like, "Oh, fuck."
Okay.
They're right.
It'll be cool to see if she changes.
I mean, if she does, let's say she has all the division, she pays them a lot. Like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah,
you'll go.
Like, absolutely. Yeah. Because when is that? That's coming right up, isn't it? In the next couple weeks.
I think it's in August, but I'm not sure.
I think so.
You're right. Yeah, not coming up at all. It's mid-August. Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, Linda.
Come on, Linda.
I have an interview with her Friday. Should I bring that up?
Yes, please. Yeah, you have a lot to talk to her about. Like everything that we've talked about, like all the points we've made. Like, I think it's worth having that discourse with her.
Yeah.
Be like, how did we get here? Okay, what can we do about it? What can women do about it? What can we ask the men to do about it? What can we ask the IFBB to do about it? What can we ask our sponsors to do about it?
Yeah.
What you do on social media? Like, we need solutions.
Yes.
I did have like a great response of people saying like, "Oh, you should start a crowd fund," but then it's like they would depend on us to, raise the money for ourselves every fucking year. So like,
exactly. I know. Jasmine made that point too, actually. And like, why don't we just fucking come up with a GoFundMe for one of these shows for women's bodybuilding?
Just like one of them. Yeah, one of the shows.
One of the shows, one of the divisions, or all the divisions, and like spread it. And like, I mean, obviously, who knows? It'd be pretty sad if it was only like $500 or something like that. But it's something.
No,
I doubt it.
It'd be more than that. But like maybe for the Rising Phoenix or something, which is already like a.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they need to change the date. It doesn't work out well.
So what I was thinking is like, why? Because I know a lot of the times they don't necessarily get say, perhaps, in like where they are in the schedule. But I mean, could it not just be that like it's giving you the qualification for the following year's Olympia? You know what I mean? No.
Or have it early in their year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. But then that's tough too, because I've done the early shows and nobody's doing the early shows.
Right.
So it's like, what do you do? But the men do it. The men do it. They fucking compete at the Olympia, then they compete at the Arnold in March. So it's I don't know. I feel like if we already have the incentive of like knowing how much the prize money is for each show, being like, okay, I'm willing to prep for that show because of the prize money. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's tough.
Yeah.
I think it started a good conversation, though.
No, it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we've ridden some emotions of like, anger, frustrations, more to like, okay, solutions. What can we do to actually make it happen? And I mean, that was like, I say a lot. I feel like that was like a big reason why I wanted to do this podcast and have this podcast to be able to bring on, the New York Pro Miss Bodybuilding champion, you know what I mean? Like, and be able to hear your story and kind of hear more about like all these women that don't necessarily get this coverage or and like obviously like it's not like this is like a huge, I'm not getting like hundreds of thousands or even like thousands of views, but like to start somewhere and
Exactly.
the initial thought of like I don't see stuff like this anywhere, so I can't, you know what I mean? Like I want my cardio content and no one's giving it to me, so I guess I'll make it myself, you know. And I think we've done like a really good job, I think, just with I don't know, just like having these conversations that no one seems to be openly having, or I'm just giving like these women competitors like a place to like, oh yeah, like, you know, Hunter said this last week and I so resonated with that, or like, you know, Alyssa made this about this and like, you know, it just, I've never thought about it that way or something. And I don't know, it's really exciting when I see comments like, you know, we get a couple of them on our episodes each week or whatever, but you know, the ones that are like, oh, so happy for this episode, or like, you know, thank God this dropped just before my cardio session or something.
Yeah, like yeah. My show is on, everybody. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking earlier, actually? Okay, so for winning 2 shows back to back, like none of my sponsors, except for like maybe my suit sponsor and like one other, none of them like reposted a like congratulations. Like nobody posted anything about me winning. Like it's kind of tough.
Not even Elevate.
Really?
No, I'm not with Elevate. I'm
Oh, you're not with Elevate.
I'm with like
not even Uprising.
No,
you gotta ask for more. We gotta ask for it.
That's crazy.
If they're not gonna do it, like we gotta ask for it.
Yeah, I guess I should be like, hey guys, I won like 2 shows. Like, you guys want to post about it or something?
Message guy or something, and be like, hey, I would really like to see my sponsor like support me here. Like, otherwise I'm fucking leaving. I'm leaving. You're not gonna.
It's not like they pay me anymore, anyways. So
you gotta ask for more, bro. We can't let this slide. I know we just want to be quiet and complacent and not cause waves and just keep working on ourselves and checking on the boxes in silence, but it's not working. It's not working.
You gotta homework this week, Chelsea. You gotta demand that repost or that just that.
That was like that's such the bare minimum. That's just take it at least do that.
It's like 7.
I'm gonna have Justin talk to Guy. Okay.
Yeah, dude. No, seriously, he should, because like
that's just not cool.
Yeah, it's like they reposted a photo of me, but it's like it's just basically a photo that I took for them that they're using for ads.
But did it say anything about you like winning or competing?
No. Whoever runs the page just like will comment on my stuff, but like that's it. You know,
I'm
like
texting him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's not
That is sad.
That's not okay.
Yeah, so hopefully something changes.
Yeah, something will change, because that's not okay.
People that are like apparently in my corner that are supposed to support me aren't even supporting me. Like
exactly. Like I push your fucking products.
Yeah.
Like you can't even say congratulations. Like you won a show. Oh wait, you won 2 shows. Okay, like here's an extra. Here's some $500 or something.
Yeah,
right.
Didn't even say congratulations. Like nothing.
Reach out.
That's insane. And then it's like when you're trying to push their products, why is somebody going to want to buy when they're not even like supporting their sponsored athlete? You know what I mean? It's just like doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it kind of put me in like a really bad funk earlier, because I was like, wait, none of my sponsors said like, fuck yeah, like congrats to our athlete. Nothing.
What other sponsors do you have?
Let's see. Let's go down the list, huh?
He has a lot.
Oh my God.
Let's see. So, my mouth is so dry. Let's see.
Stop smoking all that.
We got Uprising. We have Flavor Gang, Amino Asylum, Evogen, My Suit Girl, Rise HRT, Body Blink. She was great. My Suit Girl obviously was great. Pro Tan, Muscle Egg, 6-pack bags.
Girl.
You gotta message Hani.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't. He hasn't replied to my shit either, but it's okay. I know. Yeah.
Well, don't
The
like
joy of
that.
being a
really,
woman.
really disappointing.
I know the joy of being.
Do you have an athlete rep for any of those sponsors? That like
for Uprising and stuff.
Yeah,
I would message them. I mean, like I know we want to just be, unproblematic girls. Like just message them. Like, hey, I was really disappointed to see that after winning the New York Pro, that nobody reached out to me to congratulate me or repost me. Like,
yeah,
it was really upsetting.
I know. I'm checking right now. Yeah, so my Radiant Physique Wear, she posted me. No, that's really just it.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Do better.
That's wild.
Do better.
Yeah.
This is literally the exposure that we're talking about, right? Like this is
This is the easiest way to support us. Reposting us, sharing our content, stuff like that. But like,
I mean, this is a great data point for me to bring up later. Like, you can't even repost your athletes. Like, we're not getting the support. When I'm saying we're not getting the support, this is what I mean.
Yeah. Nick Walker won the New York Pro. I'm sure all of his sponsors were on top of that. And
absolutely.
Yeah. But we can't just be like sitting sad about it, in the corner. We need to say something.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. Nope. I'm looking at all my tag stuff and it's just nobody really.
Tumbleweeds. Well, I would be very interested to hear back that you did reach out to a couple of them and what they had to say. Because that's just, it's one thing to sit here and be like, give us more money or we want more, spotlighting or whatever. But it's like, again, like if your own people that, I don't know, obviously how they started, if they reached out to you and said, hey, we'd love to sponsor you as an athlete or vice versa. It doesn't matter regardless. But like, you're not even, like you're saying, like doing the simplest thing to help me get engagement and help me get,
share a photo, share a picture.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost them anything.
No.
It doesn't cost them anything.
And you know what, Chelsea? I'm sure you tagged them all in all your posts that you've made for the New York fucking Pro and put your
always. I put on the bottom of my every post, I have all my sponsor links with my code and stuff. So it's not an excuse, really. It's not.
Yeah.
You should join Elevate. They're really on top of all that.
Dude, and I love their creamer ice. I just used your code, Hunter, actually today.
We do for each other.
Yeah, their shit is that apple pie.
It's so good. The blueberry that just came out, I haven't tried it yet, but it smells really good. It smells good.
It
sounds so good.
Yeah, I love my cream of rice.
My cream of rice is kind of limited right now.
Oh, I know, that's sad. I'm glad I could eat it again.
How is prep for you, both you ladies, Hunter and Alyssa? How's it going?
Really good. I feel good despite the low calories. It's it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm similar. Like I'm feeling good. Mentally like physically I'm good. Mentally I'm kind of like, man, it's the calories for me. I'm like, every time like they get dropped, I'm just like, shit. But
how many weeks out?
8 as of
and then Hunter, you're 8 as well.
I'm 10.
10. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I know, already 8. It's crazy.
Hunter, are you doing Tampa?
Tampa, yep.
Oh, that'll be
so is Justin, so I'll be there.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh, I can't wait for
love
Tampa. I don't know if I'm doing it yet, but like we'll be there for sure.
So you should do it, yeah.
I probably will. I think right now, like my coach is like, let's just focus on Chicago and then we'll figure out what else,
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. But I probably will because I live here.
And you might as well, because it's like, why do just one show?
Right. Yeah. Oh, I definitely won't just do one. Yeah.
They're only like 2 weeks apart, right? 2-3 weeks apart.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, like put the put the mentality, the focus into the show that's first. You know what I mean? And like focus on that one first. obviously depending on how you feel afterwards. But yeah, I'm bumming. I don't know that we'll end up down at Tampa. I think Texas is the one that we're really for. So
we'll be at Texas.
I'll be at Texas
Ben's
too.
definitely doing Texas.
Yeah, we have a little meetup, little live podcast or something.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, well,
like little live commentating.
Right, that'd be so sick. That'd be awesome. I would love that.
That'd be fun. Yeah, it'd be a good way for us to continue to support.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, Michael. I know it's your show, but I'm watching all those damn divisions. All right.
You should, and like be like when women come on, you tell them stay in your seat.
Yeah.
You see anybody leave it, you stay in your seat.
Yeah.
You like glare at them.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking dare.
Oh my god. That's funny.
I love it. Well, it's been about like an hour 40. It's a pretty good chunk of time. You really gotta pee. But Chelsea.
Yeah, Hunter looks like she's got.
I'm ready to eat.
I gotta eat too. Bodybuilder timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like an hour and a half, 2 hours. You're like, next meal.
Time to go.
Yep.
That's like the thing about this is like it's like a sweet spot of like, okay, it takes up like an hour and a half or so, hour and a half, and kind of gets you away from the food thoughts. Hopefully, Alyssa and Hunter.
Yeah, it is nice.
Thank
you for having me on, ladies.
Thank you for being here.
And I'll say congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. You're killing it.
Thank you.
So exciting. You look amazing. You shape everything perfect.
Tremendous.
Thank you.
Beauty package, tremendous. It all looks gorgeous. You look so good.
Thank you. Can't wait for all of you guys too.
I know.
Thank you.
I will be watching.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you ladies have a good Saturday evening in Chelsea. Hopefully you can get on before you really kind of get into the thick of it with Olympia prep. But
yeah,
we love it. So thanks for coming on.
It's nice to like be able to function for like a minute.
Yeah.
Like it hit me yesterday where I was like, oh my God, like I can think.
I can form sentences.
I can look around at my house and be like, okay, this is what I need to do first. You know,
Yes.
I could not do that like 2 weeks ago. So
nope.
That's a good feeling.
Yes.
Enjoy it while you have it.
I know.
Yes. Enjoy it while you have it. It'll be gone for 3 hours.
Exactly. Well, all right, ladies.
All right, guys.
All right,
Okay.
guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Baby, summer.